let's go ahead and let's talk Calvin Ridley. He goes to the Titans on a 4-year, $92 million deal. Of course, this comes out, I think, Wednesday or Thursday last week after we had done our free agency winners and losers. Steve, what's your headline here, and who are the winners and losers affected out in the great city of Nashville?
So the headline is Ridley, more like ridiculous, because that's a stupid contract. That's dumb. Tennessee has gone all in on being mid as fuck. And I'm going to tell you right now, this team is not going to do shit all year. They went and got a bunch of guys that can barely beat, like a Pop Warner football team. This team's going to go like 7-9 or 7-10. And you get a middle round pick for the next 4 years. China, Chidobe Awuzie, Calvin Ridley, all these mid-ass players. Not
Tony
one
Pollard.
good player. Tony Pollard,
Mason Rudolph.
This is just mid. That's what I'm talking about. This is mid. This is so sad. This team is so bad, and this franchise is so poorly run. They couldn't even get a good coach. That's what I'm talking about. They got a mid coach. They got a mid team. That's what they are. They're mid for a mid fucking city too. So that's what's up.
So from a fantasy football perspective, is there any do you want to invest in the Titans at all? Because obviously last week we knew the running backs were both losers. Tyjae Spears, as Tony Pollard comes in as a loser. DeAndre Hopkins, also a bit of a loser here, but Hopkins is now even more of a discount. He was going right in that wide receiver 40 range on Underdog. He's going to be pushed back, I would imagine, when the next ADP bumps out to maybe 45, 47. At that point, I'm willing to take the shot on Nuke. Nuke is going to be Nuke.
You have to. And honestly, I don't know what people are doing. Go ahead and drop him if you want, but DeAndre Hopkins is still better than Calvin Ridley. I don't know where this is coming from that we're dropping DeAndre Hopkins, as if we saw the game that Will Levis came in and played, and DeAndre Hopkins went absolutely bonkers on it. We know what he can do. He's still that dude. If I was a wide receiver, I'd rather retire than go to Tennessee at this point, because it really is the place where wide receivers go to die. But DeAndre Hopkins is still that dude. He's probably going to put up, honestly, I would not be shocked if he put up 1,000 yards this year.
What did he have? He was close to 1,000. He might have had 1,000 last year. It was close. Hoov, real quick, close the book. Who do you have higher in your redraft rankings right now? Ridley or Nuke Hopkins here with Will Levis slinging the pill?
Ridley, strictly just because of age.
Okay.
Ridley's 150.
They're honestly not that far apart. I don't think in age.
I think Hopkins is 31, and
Hopkins is 31.
Ridley's 29.
I'm
30.
I'm not buying either of them. I'm not buying either of them, but in best ball, I will absolutely be buying them at price.
Yeah,
I think that the fact that we, like you said, with Will Levis, the fact that he could go off for 3 touchdowns with one guy in a game, money. I want that.
The thing I like is I like the Callahan offense coming over from Cincinnati. I think his dad's going to get the offensive line straightened out there, and I think they are coming on the up here, Hoov. So I don't mind investing them, and hell, man, if someone's really low on Nuke too in a dynasty league, I wouldn't mind floating something out there for him either. So I think to put a button on it, guys, I think we're both interested in Calvin Ridley and Hopkins to some degree. While we don't love the move and we think it's an overpay from a football perspective, if we can get Hopkins on the cheap in a best ball or a dynasty, we're going to do it. See you, Treylon Burks. That's all I got to say. This obviously means they're moving on kind of from the belief that he can ever be anything more than a third wide.